Actually, this is the second time I recorded this. Sometimes my phone doesn't record very well. The only person buying cheap electrical tape should be the electrician and nobody else. I just got back from vacation. I was up in Montana for a couple of days and it was hard to come back. Every time I go up there, I think it's going to be a one-way trip. But anyway, I'm back working and I got today's tip of the day for you. So this one's pretty simple. It might seem oversimplified. Anyway, there's two kinds of electrical tape. Expensive and cheap. You could pay like $4 a roll or like 59 cents a roll. But anyway, cheap electrical tape. There's two types of electrical tape. Cheap, basically cheap and expensive. The cheap tape is like 50 or 60 cents. And then the regular electrical tape, the good electrical tape, which people say is expensive, is like $4 a roll. And there's a difference between the two, and there's a difference for a reason. So the regular electrical tape, which is generally like the 3M Super 33, is electrical tape. So it's the tape that whatever you are doing, when you think of electrical tape, that's the one you want to use. It's used to wrap devices. It's used to wrap connections. Like some people like to put electrical tape over their wire nuts in electrical boxes and fixtures. It's used for, all kinds of electrical stuff, basically indefinite use, permanent use type electrical use. That's the good tape. You can use it indoors, outdoors, in moisture or humidity situations, in extreme temperatures, hot or cold. Not inside of an appliance, but as far as weather, environmental temperature is concerned. And then the cheap tape is none of that. The cheap tape you cannot use in moisture or outside or hot or cold situations. You can't wrap devices with it. You can't wrap connections with it. The glue doesn't last long. It comes loose. It leaves a sticky residue on the surface. It's but it is disposable. So the cheap electrical tape is disposable electrical tape. So whenever you're buying electrical tape, you do not want to buy cheap tape. So the only people who should buy cheap tape are the people who know and understand the difference between cheap electrical tape and the regular, more expensive electrical tape. Because there is a difference. So using cheap electrical tape for indefinite purposes, primarily when you're wrapping devices, is a mistake. It won't last long. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do. As a matter of fact, I'll just say this and I'll end with this. The only people who should be purchasing cheap electrical tape are electricians. And the only person who is going to use the electrical tape and then throw it away is the electrician who's pulling wire and just needs it temporarily. If you don't know the difference between cheap electrical tape and expensive electrical tape, you should only be buying the good expensive tape.